The Canadian Corps, a 100,000 strong fighting formation, was ordered to the Passchendaele front east of Ypres in mid-October 1917. Launched on the 31st of July 1917, the British offensive in Flanders had aimed to drive the Germans away from the essential channel ports and to eliminate U-boat bases on the coast. But unceasing rain and shellfire reduced the battlefield to a vast bog of bodies, water-filled shell craters, and mud in which the attack ground to a halt. After months of fighting, Passchendaele Ridge was still stubbornly held by the German troops. Sir Douglas Haig, the commander-in-chief of the British Expeditionary Force, ordered the Canadians to deliver a victory. Sir Arthur Currie, commander of the Canadian Corps, objected to the battle, fearing it could not be won without a terrible expenditure in lives. But Haig was desperate for a symbolic victory and insisted on the effort, believing that even a limited victory would help to salvage the campaign. Having no choice to attack, Currie prepared carefully for the fight, understanding that deliberate preparation, especially for his artillery and engineers, was the key to advancing over the shattered landscape. The Canadians arrived in Flanders in mid-October to relieve Australia and New Zealand troops, and were shocked by the terrible battlefield conditions. Currie ordered the construction of new roads, the building or improvement of the gun pits, and the repair and extension of the tram lines or light railways. Horses and mules transported hundreds of thousands of shells to the front to prepare for the artillery barrage that would prepare for the infantry's attack. The Germans atop Passchendaele Ridge fired continuously on these efforts, killing or wounding hundreds. As preparation ready, Currie launched a deliberate or set-piece attack on the 26th of October, the first of 4 phases in a battle he estimated would cost 16,000 Canadians killed or wounded. By mid-November, having captured the ridge, the estimate proved eerily accurate, with 15,654 Canadian fallen. The British lost an estimated 275,000 casualties at Passchendaele to the Germans' 220,000, making it one of the war's most costly battles of attrition. Canada has been involved in 5 wars since its inception 150 years ago. We've been in South Africa, World War I, World War II, Korea, and the latest in Afghanistan. Canada's lost over 160,000 casualties in these wars, with 2 or 3 times more being either wounded physically or mentally. That's like taking the city of Waterloo and the city of Stratford and wiping them off the map. In fact, a small town in Newfoundland in one battle lost 1,305 of their men in one battle, basically wiping out the town. So I think on Remembrance Day, taking a minute at 11 o'clock on November 11th to pay respects to our fallen soldiers, our fallen Canadians, our parents, our grandparents, even our great-grandparents that involved in the wars to keep Canada what it is not too much to ask. So please take a minute at 11 o'clock on November 11th to pay respects to our fallen casualties.
Please make sure to stop what you're doing tomorrow at 11 o'clock on November 11th and pay your respects to our fallen and wounded soldiers.
Wars have affected the lives of many Canadians, and out of respect for those individuals and for our country, we ask you to take a moment tomorrow at 11 a.m. to remember their sacrifices.
On November 11th, at 11 o'clock, we pause to think reverently of our comrades and our brothers and sisters that never made it back from conflict. Over the years, Canada has participated in many wars and also peacekeeping actions that's cost the lives of Canadian Forces members, and not only their members but also their families are affected by this. So please take a moment on November 11th, find a cenotaph or just in your own home, and take a moment and think about the troops and what they, the sacrifices that they gave up to give the freedoms that you have.